Alright, what's up, guys? I'm back with more predictions for UFC 251 in Abu Dhabi. Uh, Jan versus Aldo. I just finished watching both of their last fights. Um, the fight Aldo having Marias, that was a close that was a close one. I didn't watch the whole fight. I watched a highlight video of that fight, and I know that kind of highlight videos of fights can kind of, well, highlight videos in general paint narratives. So if you just based who won from that fight off of the highlight video, you know, it definitely looks like Aldo won. Even though when I watched the fight after once it happened, I thought Aldo won. I thought Moraes had that first round. Aldo had the last two rounds. When I first watched the fight, but I watched it just to see, okay, how does Aldo look at 135? Aldo looks good, it's, at least against a guy with a similar style to his in his earlier career. Maybe a more polished style than Aldo's in his earlier career. Um, as far as like fighter stats on the UFC, both guys on paper are 5'7", and Aldo has the reach advantage on paper. I would say, he probably actually has the reach advantage. But one thing about Aldo is he any when he fights a guy that's around the same height or shorter than him, he usually does his best work on the feet. Um, Even though he's fighting a guy in Yan that is uh, two generations, for sure one generation after the generation that Aldo dominated. I would say two generations, since Aldo was uh, in the WEC days, um, and it's a different skill level than most of the guys that Aldo's fought that are around that height range that he does best at. Um, as far as how I see the fight going, I think it's going to be a war. I think it's going to be a great fight, and I think both guys could hurt each other. I think Jan can actually hurt Aldo in exchanges because he's got real power, and Aldo Aldo's always been known for power at 145, and he seems to have carried that down a weight class. So I think Jan will have more success in that first round. Um, and I see Aldo kind of, because he's willing to take one to give one. I think that right knee is there for Aldo, especially when Jan ducks. So that could be trouble for Jan. I think because Jan is willing to take one to give one, ultimately I'm going to lean towards Aldo. And I think a third round knockout TKO is possible for Aldo. If not, I actually see it going the distance for Aldo. That's my prediction for that fight. Let me know what you think about the fight in the comments below. Hit the like button if you like the video. And if you like my content, make sure to subscribe because I got more content on the way. Got 2 more fights to talk about. I'm going to talk about my favorite fight in the card in the next video. So until then, we'll see you.